Good morning, everybody. My name is Jared O'Leary. I've been playing drums since 1998, and I still have a lot of stuff to work on. Thank you for the sub on YouTube. In fact, today I'm going to be working on Songo and trying to improve that with limb independence, and I'm not very good at it yet. So if you take a look at the prior streams that I've done for the Songo, you'll see where I started from and where I am now. And the goal today is to be able to play through, just like I did 2 days ago, the 5 permutation variations for limb independence, and then to work through 50 different drum charts, just reading through them, trying to train my brain to be able to play the Songo pattern. Now, you might be like, what is the Songo pattern? The Songo pattern is that repeated over and over while you read through charts or read through different permutations or whatever on the snare drum. Okay, so we're going to be working on that today. Now, often people will come into these streams and ask me questions. And they ask me questions because I have a wide range of performing experience, mostly in rudimental and concert, and only a tiny amount on drumkit, which, hence why I'm practicing. But I've also got a lot of teaching experience. So I will edit those down in those answers that I give and edit them into this playlist that has currently 77 different videos that highlight a bunch of different topics. And the ones at the top that says members first are scheduled to release for free. There's a new play along every single day, over 400 of those. And there's a new members first video that's coming out for the drumming tips every Friday. So stay tuned for tomorrow for this one to release, which is how much thumb do you use with traditional grip. So check that out if you are interested in it. On my home tab of YouTube is where you can find over 2,000 play-alongs, drumming tips, live streams, etc. Just go to the home tab and click on the drumming content. I also create gaming and computer science stuff because I'm a nerd. Hello on Twitch. But when you click on the drumming content, it expands and it shows you all of these playlists, and that's as neat as I can organize it on YouTube. But if you go to the link at the top of each one of the play-alongs, it takes you to here. So this is my website. So /drum and Jared O'Leary. There are 56 chop exercises. There are over 900 grid variations. There are a bunch of timing exercises. We're going to warm up with some of these, and then we're going to get into the 55 drum charts. I'm going to try and get through 50 of them today. There's straight and swung if you're interested. Over 400 marching bass, and just under 300 technique exercises. Keep you and I busy for a while. Okay, if you're curious what my process is for trying to learn limb independence for the Songo that I'm about to play, check out this video under limb independence, and that gives you an overview of the steps that I'm taking for this. We are on step, 3 or 4 or something like that. So we're a little bit ahead from where you'd normally start. But I'm going to go into this playlist, and I'm going to go through all 5 of these variations of eighth note permutations. Then I'm going to stretch and massage, and then I'm going to play through all of the different charts, 50 of them at least. How am I? I'm good. How are you? All right. Before we do that, though, we got to get motivated with Shia LaBeouf, because we're not good at the Songo yet, so in order to be able to practice, we need to have the great words of wisdom from the great Shia. I'm going to hide him because of copyright. Here we go. Shia, help me out. Do it! Oh, can't hear anything. What happened? Oh, that's why. Let's try this again. Shia, come on. Motivate me. Do it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it. Make your dreams come true. Just do it. Some people dream success. Well, you're going to wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not going to stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can! Just do it! If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. If anyone just tuned into the live stream, they are probably very confused right now. That's okay. That's okay. Why is Shia LaBeouf on the screen? Don't worry about it. That's my little secret. Okay, so we're going to start with permutation 1, and we're going to go through the 5 variations. Last time I started with permutation 5 and went backwards, so we're going to try it this way. And we'll see how this goes. It might not go good. And that's okay. Hence why this is, a practice stream. Yeah, there we go. Like, which one? All right, so I'm playing through this at 175. So with every one of these thousands of play-alongs, you just go into the timestamp, and they go one click at a time. Every single one of these. And we're going to go to 175. It'll give you a moment so you can get yourself set up, and then it'll count you off. You can't hear it on your end because there's a timing delay. 2, here we go. Try that one more time. 1, 2, here we go. Yes, it's the last line of the 2s. Interesting. That messes with me. Okay, cool. Cool, let's go on to the next one. The goal is to just get warmed up here and get my brain into the mindset to be able to play this before we read through the charts. 175. Slow it down. 1, 2, ready, and... Cool. Next. Variation 3. Let's just back it up. Back again. Hey. Please don't slide. 1, 2, here we go. Try that again. 1, 2, here we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is going worse. Let's try it again. Focus, Jared. 1, 2, ready, and... Okay, better. Next one. Click. Okay, we're now on variation 4. Let's just back it up. Again, there's timestamps, so you can just jump to whatever you want, but since we were practicing it 2 days ago at this speed, we'll continue it. Thank you for the like on TikTok. 1, 2, here we go. Okay, next one. This one is longer, the next one. So it's broken down into like multiple versions that are different BPMs. So that was 40 to 79. This is 80 to 139. And then finally, we've got the one that I want, which is 140 to 240. So we're going to do 175. And this is a little more thorough than the other one. They're all good for different reasons. Highly recommend working on them to develop your limb independence. 2, here we go. Okay, we survived it. Now, we're going to stretch and massage. We'll come back to charts here in a little bit. But first, we got to stretch and massage. Now that we've warmed up, hopefully we warmed up our brain. Stay tuned, we'll find out. The charts are exhausting to play through 50 of them in a row, but it's a great way to develop the limb independence. But anyways, I'm ranting. So pull in, and push through. This stretches the sides of your forearms. I highly recommend it. First drum teacher taught it to me. So I've been doing this since 1998, back in the day. It's a great side forearm stretch. Go out the way you came. And then rotate here. If you do traditional, hold it there. And then rotate the other direction and hold it there. But I don't do traditional anymore, so I'm not going to worry about that. And next, we're going to stretch the underside of the forearm. Oh, that feels great. You could do it 4 fingers like this. If you want a deeper stretch, do 2 fingers, and then do 2 fingers. Hold them for each for like 20 to 30 seconds. And then switch to the other side. Yeah. And now I'm going to stretch the top side of the forearm, so I could do it like this, or I could do 2 at a time, just by going on my legs, like that. So it stretches the tattoo side right here. Trying to be thorough, stretching the sides, the underside, and the top of the forearms. Now I'm going to do fingers, thumb to thumb. Whoa. I just expelled the demon. Out, beast. Sorry about that. My throat is gurgly, apparently. Drain must have got unclogged. So I'm just doing this with each one of the fingers. Going finger to finger, so middle to middle right now. And then ring to ring. Pinkies. I wonder what the etymological roots are for the word pinky. Why is it called the pinky? Anyways. Random thoughts with Jared. Now I'm massaging, so I'm going up and down the forearm. Massaging on and around the muscles. Trying to get nice and relaxed. So we start with the tendons. Trying to loosen those up. And then we relax the muscles. And now I'm going to do thumb massaging the inside of the palm, and then the fingers massaging the back side of the hand. And I'll work my way around the palm, back side of the hand. Ooh, finding areas of tightness, focusing on those, trying to get nice and relaxed. And there. And now we're going to do base to tip, massaging the fingers. This is the last massage, and then we're going to get into the drum charts. Oh, yeah. This is a grind. So what I'm about to do with the Songo pattern is play through 50 different drum charts that are all play-alongs. And my goal is to be able to just read through them. And so the goal is to get the limb independence. So I'm not sitting there and refining them or working on them. I'm just going through them, cycling through, and trying to train my brain to be able to think about the Songo ostinato while I am doing whatever I want with the other limb, in this case the snare drum, the left hand. So that's what we're going to work on now that I finished that routine. Okay, so for each one of these play-alongs, the very top link at the top of the description, it takes you to here. So jaredoleary.com/drum. This is where you find all of the play-alongs and whatnot. So we're going to be working on the Songo using the straight charts here. Do you think that the low volume cymbals accurately mimic regular cymbals feel? Good question. No. So there's less rebound on them. The stroke is a deader stroke than if I were to play with like a normal cymbals. But neighbors, like if you're in an apartment, like it is a night and day difference. So like my wife can be on the other side of the house, and she can be like on the phone, and it's not an issue. So like the silent stroke heads are great for that. The low volume cymbals are great for that, but it does not feel the same. Like the mesh are bouncier in my opinion. They have a weird kind of rebound to them. And then these have less rebound on them, so it's a little bit more of a chop burner, to be honest with you. And it actually eats through your sticks more. So if I here's a fresh pair of Jack DeJohnette's, And then here are the ones that I'm playing on right now. And that's how much it's like eating through the tips of the wood tips. And it's just because of the holes, it's like slowly sanding it down and kind of eating through the sticks. So they're like vampire hunting stakes now. So if any vampires try and get me on the stream, I am going to wreck them. But yeah, so I really like these because of like not annoying people, but they do not feel the same as a normal cymbal because of the lack of rebound. And then the mesh heads feel too much bounce on them. But I mean, you can do some cool stuff. Like I can just like switch between a whole bunch of different like bass drums just by using this hybrid acoustic electric, or snare drums or whatever. So for me, the trade-offs, it's worth it, but it is different, in my opinion. All right, let's do charts. So we're gonna again read through the Songo. So the Songo pattern, while we play everything in the charts on the snare drum. So we're gonna go charts 1 through 5. Actually, let's go backwards. So 2 times ago, we went straight through it. We're going to go backwards now. Wish me luck. By the end of this stream, I'm going to be exhausted mentally. All right, so 46 through 50. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, here we go. A 1, a 2, here we go. Ah! So that was reading errors caused by thinking about something other than what I was playing. And then I was like, oh, I should talk about that, and then that screwed me up again. One, two, here we go. Read that wrong. Good morning, Kayla. How you doing? A 1, a 2, here we go. Most of that was reading errors rather than coordination errors. So it's making progress, though. All right, cool. Let's go to 41 through 45. It's better than it was 2 days ago, but I mean, we'll see how it is by the end of the stream, because we're about to play a lot of charts. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. It's not my birthday. Not happy birthday to me. Two. Here we go. Oh, 1, 2. Here we go. Thank you for the reacts on YouTube. A 1, a 2, here we go. No! That was a hard one to jump back into. Alright, next one. A 1, a 2, here we go. A 1, a 2, here we go. It's such a weird chart. One day I'll get it. Not today. You win today, chart 44. Here we go. Okay. Whew. Chart 44 was rough with that. Good challenge, though. I look forward to getting that one day. Today is not that day. All right, now we're doing 36 through 40. Shh, 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 shh. And before we do that, let's get some +7 energy. We've powered up. All right. Whew. It really messes with my brain playing through the Songo so much. Here we go. two. A 1, 2. Here we go. One, two. Here we go. A 1, 2, here we go. Man, that one messed with me. I'm losing focus. The +7 energy didn't help. One, two, here we go. Tyler, welcome back. Oh, yeah. I hear ya. I'm not very good at kit yet. Hence, you know, practicing. Okay, and now we go backward. So now we're going to do 31 through 35 timestamps to jump to 175. Yeah, it was what, 3-4 drum kit streams ago we started learning the Songo. It's way better than it was back then, but it's still not dance ready. One day. Okay, brain, you can do it. Believe in yourself. Do it. Yes, you can. Make your dreams come true. You will channel the power of Shia LaBeouf to play the Songo. 1, 2, here we go. Oh, 1, 2, here we go. Flawless. One, two, here we go. Started reading that wrong. Thank you for the like on YouTube. Interesting. That's a good question. I'll answer it when I'm done with these charts before I move on to the next one. Here we go. Last chart for this set. 1, 2, here we go. Oh no! I'm just gonna dance what's in silence for you. I totally lost it on this chart. Okay, chart 35, you got the best of me today. Some of these charts, like I write in 5/8 or 3/4. So when you get like off just a little bit, it's like, and it's gone. Okay. How long does it take to learn every single combination of bass and snare? Okay, so that's a really good question, and I can best answer it by going back here. Whoop. This one, yeah. Okay, so in this video right here, I outlined some different steps for how I'm developing limb independence. But it's not learning the combination as much as setting your limbs on autopilot and playing to them as a metronome. So what do I mean by that, and how is that different from what you typically see with a lot of drum books in particular? So the very first book that the drum teacher had me go through was a funky primer, and in this one it's like showing you the stacks, the verticals of all the parts that you're going to play for the hi-hat, the bass, the snare, etc. And so when you're doing this, you're learning a specific beat, and you're not learning how to modify that beat or to how to make it musical. Like, and that's no disrespect for like a lot of these books right here, like Advanced Funk Studies, Future Sounds, yeah, even the time functioning patterns, this Afro-Cuban rhythms, like all of these different books are like, here's how to play a beat. So and you're supposed to just sit there and repeat that. And then it's like, okay, now here's the next beat you're going to learn. And you're supposed to sit there and like learn that. That's great. But if you learn the approach outlined in Gary Chester's book, New Breed 1 and New Breed 2, or what Alan Dawson talked about with syncopation, or my drum kit teacher, most recent one at least, Don Moyle, in his book 50 Ways of Syncopation. What you're trying to do is what Gary Chester calls is limb interdependence. So what you're doing, in this case I was doing a songo. This is my metronome, and the goal is to just sit there and put this on autopilot. And so you're trying to train your brain to make it so that you can do what I'm doing right now, be able to talk while you're doing this, and eventually be able to move hand. So like, do something like I'm going to draw a house, or I'm going to sign my name with my left hand, or whatever limb I'm trying to work on. So that's like step one. The next step is to permutate across the subdivision. Etc. So you go through one all the way through the permutation. And then, all right, now that you've got a single eighth note going across there, now do two. Oh, sorry, I just started doing a bion. Let's switch it up. So it's kind of like a songo, but it involves a hi-hat. So you're going right, left, right, both. It's one of my favorite ones. So if you're playing the bion, then you do two. And then eventually you do three. Four, five, six, seven, all the way up to eight, which is just straight eighth notes. So you're going through every combination of permutation while doing that. So the play-alongs that are under the limb independent section, these, the eighth note timing stuff, like I just warmed up with these to kind of like train my brain into it. But a few streams ago when I was first starting to learn the songo, I just like sat there and just like looped one measure at a time until it was comfortable with a metronome, and then went on to the next measure. And I just kept looping that. And then I got to a point of just working on those and permutating it where I could actually read through these as charts. And then the next step beyond that is where you start actually reading through full charts. And by the time you get to reading through something like this, when you're playing through it, like I'm not thinking about right, left, both, and one and a two and a, like that is not in my head at all. It's just literally a metronome. And what I'm doing now is just reading with one limb while doing this. But this is just like one of the ways that you can do it. So like there's other stuff like with Ted Reed's syncopation, or even these like charts on my website where you do a short long. So instead of like reading it all on one limb, why not read it on two limbs? So if you're going ding, 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 so you could do short long where you're doing. Etc. while playing through it. You can do that with, let's see, what's another one? Here's a more complicated one from Don Moyle's book. So you're playing ding, 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 ding. Short notes are going to be on the tom. Long notes are going to be on the bass drum and the ride cymbal. And you fill in with triplets on the eighth notes. So while you're reading through like a pattern like this, like one of these charts, what you end up playing is this. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is straight eighth notes. Etc. So there's like in Dom's book, this one, there's 50 ways to like read through all of these charts that are on my website, and then in Dom's book and in Ted Reed's book, Syncopation. But that is like a modified version of what like Gary Chester talks about in these books, New Breed 1 and New Breed 2, combined with like a clinic that Shi Wu did on marimba, talking about how to develop marimba independence. Like when doing like a one-handed roll to make it so that your other hand can do something else. Like that is the first step. It then gets into the permutation steps that Gary Chester outlines, etc. But yeah, hopefully that helps. You like the process? You gotta do something like that. Yeah. Yeah, the samba, like, there's a lot of cool ones in Dom's book as well for that. So, like, if you're playing... I don't have a very fast foot, so I can't play a very fast samba. But one of the fun ones to do, you can't really hear it good on this, like, hybrid electronic kit because it doesn't get the press stroke, but you press, hit, press, hit, press, hit. I just totally screwed up. But you press into it and it makes a boot, bong, boot, bong. It's a really interesting timbre. But with Gary Chester's book, what he was talking about in there is, like, permutate the ride pattern. So don't just play like 1 EN, 2 EN, 3 EN. Try doing 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a, or try doing 1 E, a 2 E, a 3 E, or E and a, E and a, E and a, and like go through all of the charts, like varying that up. So if you're like working on the biome, instead of 1 and a 2 and a, do E and a, like that, and that'll keep you busy for quite some time. Okay, you gave my brain a rest. Now we're going to try the Songo again. Wish me luck. Thank you for the like on TikTok. So many possibilities. Totally agree. This is why, like, with practicing in general, it's like never ending. I had somebody a couple weeks ago like asking me, like, do you ever feel like you made it as a drummer? And the honest answer is no. Like, it doesn't matter how many accolades you get as a performer, there's like always more to learn, and you have to learn to love that process. And if you don't, then you'll get burned out from it because you'll just feel this like constant anxiety and overwhelm of like, oh, there's this thing that I need to work on and this thing, and now I need to learn this other instrument, like this other technique with like 4 mallets, and it's just like, that's part of the process, and that's to be expected. There is always something, and I love it. Good morning, Zeke. How you doing? Anyways, wish me luck. Let's try this. 2, 1, 2, ready, and... Oh, 1, 2, here we go. Thank you for the react on YouTube. Here we go. Yeah, I hear you, Tyler. I used to teach drum lines and be like, oh, you want to add in visuals? Sure, once it's clean. And of course, there's always more to clean. It never ends. Zeke, I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Good morning, Greg. That was rough. Alright. Last chart for this play along. 1, 2, here we go. If you knew Susie like I knew Susie, then you would. If you knew Susie like I knew Susie, then you would. It's a little inside joke there. Some of these charts, I actually put in some songs in it because I think it's hilarious. Anyways. That was 31 through 35, I think. Yeah, right? Yeah, maybe? No, that was through 30. Did a light bulb just go off for you? Let's see. That's a funny way of phrasing that, Greg. This kind of flow through rhythms is crushing depending on the adventure. Yes, I hear you. I used to be an adventurer like you until it took an arrow to the knee. The arrow to the knee is trying to get this limb independence down. Please explain the lore. You need to explain to everyone who plays that. So I don't know where the origin is of it. I've never met Susie. But the exercise Susie is based off of some words. If you knew Susie like I knew Susie, then you would like her too, like her too, like her too. If you knew Susie like I knew Susie, then you would like her too, like her too, like her too. But it's definitely not oh, it's a song? Ooh, I didn't know that. But it's definitely not like her. It's love her. Yeah. Keeping it family friendly. Yeah. That's the lyrics. Sometimes I play games that aren't family friendly. I'll let them swear. 1, 2, ready, and... A 1, 2, here we go. It's mostly starting to feel better while playing through this, which is good. I can feel the progress. You're funny. Yeah, I'm not ready to add in that next limb. We'll get there one day. A 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and. Last chart. 1, 2, here we go. My brain. Yeah, so my drum kit teacher would do stuff like that too, where like you were joking around, like adding in 2 and 4 on the hi-hat on that one. But he would also do stuff like one of the really interesting ones in Dom's book is you play ding 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 ding, and you read through the charts in 4/4, but you play 3/4 on your feet. So you go 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. So one of the things that he would like do as like a test to kind of like prepare you to be able to do this is to like have you play quarter note triplets. Well, you go 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1. Which really messes with you. So when you're like reading through these charts, like if you do just the 3/4 one with the feet, it like doesn't line up on the downbeat until like every like 3 charts, and then it finally like when you start playing it, it lines up with it. But it's it really gets your brain going. Why are some of the in non-traditional? Oh yeah. Good question. So, the way that this was written out right now, I'm playing these patterns with all on one limb. But if you're doing short and long, I want you to be able to play through some of like the offbeats like as a long note or as a short note. And so, like, if we look at the very last line of or very last measure of the first line, so, like, that pattern, you could have written it as, like, going through it that way. Or you could write as all as short notes, etc. So I intentionally am throwing in some really weird ways of phrasing stuff, so that way it musically sounds interesting when you're playing through this with like a short note like on snare and like a long note on bass drum and whatnot. So like if I were to actually like read through some of these patterns with short long, it starts to make more sense when you do it, as opposed to what I'm doing where it's all on one specific limb. So if I do charts 1 through 5 swung, and we do ding ding ding, I don't know. Let's try 175, I guess. We'll see how this goes. I'll just play just the first chart. 2, 1, 2, ready, and. 1, 2, here we go. So musically, when you actually like play it with that short long like that, where it's playing two different things, then these charts start to make way more sense musically when you actually hear those two different tones playing through it. So that's why like I wrote them that way, and it just gets you used to reading like non-traditional beams, because sometimes when you get like a chart, it looks a little weird, and so to be able to just like sight read it and still be able to play the short long with whatever you're doing, then it makes it so that you can do it. Can you play the... I don't know that groove. Yeah, I don't know that one. I'm not great on drumkit yet, so... I don't know. My brain with the Songo is, like, brained out right now, so I'm gonna work on my foot now, and then next time we'll resume working on the Songo. So what I'm gonna do under the timing transitions towards the top of the playlist is the rebound exercise, and this is great for working on velocity strokes or crossovers on tenors or whatever, but I'm gonna work on double strokes with it. So I'm just doing 2 on the snare, 2 on the bass, just so I can work on the double stroke with it. 1, 2, here we go. Bass cadence, interesting. I don't think I know that one. I look forward to getting the double pedal here in the next like 3 weeks or so, and then we can actually learn how to do that. Maybe we'll play this exercise with just the feet. Just for funsies. I like it. I don't experiment with the other sounds much. Ew. What'd you call me? I know I'm wearing the shirt and all, but... Ugh, that sounds horrible. I'm in a goofy mood. All right, I'm gonna call it here. My brain is mush after playing the Songo forever, but all of the process that I was like talking about can be found here underneath the limb independence. So if you go to the top link of each one of these playlongs, then you too can learn limb independence. It's just quite a grind, as you may have noticed in the past few streams while working on the Songo. It takes time, but once you get it, then it like compounds. You can actually build off of it. So if you can play like the Songo pattern with this ride pattern, well, that ride pattern can transfer over into a biome, or into a samba, or into whatever you want. So once you learn like one thing with a limb, you can combine it with something else, and then with your powers combined, you get Voltron. It's neat how it all kind of like works out that way, but it takes a long time to develop it. So start with something very simple, where there's just like 8th notes, and just like 3 and 4 on the snare. So 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and just permutate the bass drum, etc. So go through the process that's outlined here with something basic, and then you can get to the fancier, fun stuff where you're playing 5/3, over 9, over 84 with a cheesy poof off the left, like whatever you want to do. But I'm going to call it here because my brain is mushy, and I'm going to get set up for Horizon Zero Dawn, which is a really interesting game. Or not Zero Dawn. That's the first game. Horizon Forbidden West. We're playing the second one. Thank you for everybody stopping by. Good questions, Tyler. And I hope you all have a good rest of your day and enjoy practicing. But goodbye.